Hi, and welcome back to another episode of 90s Novelisations, and this time it is 1995. Now, for a little bit of background, 1995 was the year I turned about 17, and went almost every weekend to the cinema wherever I can. Back then, even if you were about 17 or even 16, you could still sneak into an 18 film, so I did manage to see quite a lot of cinema during that period. So without further ado, I'll cut to the novelisations. First up is Die Hard with a Vengeance. 20th Century Fox presents a major motion picture starring Bruce Willis, Jeremy Irons, Samuel L. Jackson, directed by John McTiernan. Think fast, look alive, Die Hard. So this is Die Hard with a Vengeance, written by Deborah Shiel. This is the American version, it would seem, published by St. Martin's Press. Got a little bit of blurb on there. No colour inserts. I think this is something like the third imprint, I think it is, so sold fairly well. So I saw this film in the cinema. Don't really remember much of it, and I haven't seen it probably since. However, it was very enjoyable, and quite funny in places too. Next up is I Am the Law. Judge Dredd. In the future, one man is the law. This is written by Neil Barrett Jr., based on the screenplay by Will Wisher and Stephen DeSouza. As you can see, I have read this a few times as a teenager. Published by Box Tree. No colour inserts again. Now, I have to confess, I really enjoyed this film back then, and probably still do if I was to watch it again. I get the reasons why this film divides opinion. I myself was never much of a comic book, graphic novel fan, so that probably gives you an idea of why I like this book anyway, or the film. There was so much to enjoy in the film. The sets, the costumes, the props, the look of the Aspen prison guards, for example, or the judge hunters, they all looked really great. But yes, I do concede that this is a poor adaptation of the original comic. Perhaps they should have at least made him keep his helmet on for a bit longer. Perhaps until he was ostracised and exiled from Mega City 1, and perhaps put his helmet back on again when he decided to return to Mega City 1. However, it is what it is, and yep, I enjoyed it. Next up, another one by Box Tree. This is the Net, written by Lenore Fleischer, who's actually written countless numbers of novelizations, and she admits herself she was a bit of a hack and used to bang them out like anything. So here it is. Escape is impossible when you're caught in the net. Probably hasn't aged that well now, this film. I haven't seen it for a long while. In fact, I don't really remember much of it, to be fair. Again, no colour inserts. And that's the Net. Next up is Seven. I have covered this book in a separate video. Here it is again, looking a bit battered and worn. Simon & Schuster, Bloomsbury. Yeah, Bloomsbury, not Simon & Schuster, is it? This is Seven by Anthony Bruno. Next up I have Species, written by Yvonne Navarro, a chilling movie from MGM. For 3 million years, the human race has been the top of the evolutionary ladder. Nothing lasts forever. Now, this film, well, what can I say about it? It was alright. It was pretty enjoyable at the time. No references to Natasha Henstridge's looks at all. But yeah, Michael Madsen was Michael Madsen, Forrest Whitaker was Forrest Whitaker, and Natasha Henstridge did her part. And we do have, not colour, but do have some pictures, stills from the film in black and white. Not so many good ones of Natasha Henstridge. Missed out on a marketing tactic there. Next I have Waterworld by Max Allan Collins, based on the screenplay by Mark Norman. This one's published by Arrow Books. The ice caps will melt, the earth will drown, and there'll be nothing left but Waterworld. So, yeah, I didn't mind this film when it came out. I thought it was pretty good, to be fair. I do understand that this film is sort of considered a bit of a flop, although I don't think it was because of its box office performance, but mostly down to the budget going vastly over budget due to floods and flooding to the sets, etc., and other sort of unforeseen circumstances. But again, it's another one that I actually haven't seen for many years. In fact, probably not since I saw it in the cinema. But I enjoyed it. And lastly, we have Tank Girl. Now, I was very happy to find this one in the out in the wild in the charity shops, because this one is very hard to find sometimes, at least for a sensible price. Seems to be a bit rare. So this is Tank Girl, the movie, a novel by Martin Miller. Based on the comic strip created by Alan Martin and Jamie Hewlett, with a screenplay by Teddy Sarafian. Cool, don't know if I said that right. Published by Penguin. There it is. No inserts again. A little bit of discoloration to the edge there. To be expected. So I've never seen the comic or read the comic of this either. Saw it in the cinema, and I don't know, I thought Laurie Petty was quite cheeky and cute in this, and Malcolm McDowell giving a nice hammy performance. But I think in some ways the style of this film fell flat in 1995. I don't think 1995 was probably ready for it. I don't know, what do you think? I wonder if this film was probably made 10 years later, or 10 years ago even, any time but 1995, it probably might have had a little bit of better reception. Who knows? Anyway, thank you. Thank you very much. That's all for now. See you in the next episode. Thank you and goodbye.